It's time for my reaction to the HBO Max subscription costs. Okay, so let's react to the HBO Max subscription costs. So we have on screen right now the UK prices. Now the one on the end, don't worry if I'm covering it up because I will scroll up. I've got my mouse in front of me. This is a live reaction right now. You're hearing my reaction as I'm seeing it for the first time. So the standard ads, and I will give you the US prices. In the standard with ads, you get stream on 2 devices. So I could stream, for example, on my phone, and if I had an iPad, on an iPad, at the same time, watching 2 different things. Not the same thing, 2 different things, right? In full HD. And I will have 30 downloads, presumably for offline viewing. So if you download something, you can kind of watch it offline. Not sure if it's without an internet connection, but it should be, because that's what a download is. But of course, you would need to access the app, I think. It depends. I'm not going to try and confuse that anymore, but when you're watching this, you might be thinking the same thing. So I'm just saying what's going through my mind at the same time. Usually it's for an offline experience. Now you can see that the price point in the UK right now in Great British Pounds is £5.99 per month. I will be looking at more prices and the annual prices as well. So £5.99, that's a very competitive price. There are other services that are roughly the same. So of course, £5.99 a month, all right price point for the beginning. Now, in the US, this is going to cost you roughly, because I researched it, a month, $10.99. Now it tends to be a little bit steeper in the US with these services, so that is with ads, the basic. So we've looked at standard with ads, so it might be slightly different in the US in terms of what's available, because we do have more monthly plans. So that's roughly where you're sitting at in the US. You might not have a standard with ads because you might have more available to you in terms of, for example, the amount of downloads or the HD that you currently have. But you guys earn more anyway, if I'm not mistaken, in terms of your revenue per year. So that might be why yours is more expensive on the US side of the waters. So £5.99, not too bad. Next up, the standard. Now we're going through the UK first before I go into those US prices again. So with the standard HBO Max, stream to 2 devices at once in full HD with 30 downloads, but of course with no ads. So this is a mid-tier right now. Goes for £9.99 per month. Now remember, I'll be looking at those annual prices as well. This is per month. You can pay per month. £9.99, just under £10. Not too shabby, a little bit higher, I must say, compared to the competitors that are out there. But it is HBO Max, so maybe there's a reason why it's slightly higher. We'll be making another video on the service, so don't go anywhere, because there's more where I'm covering HBO Max even further. Next up, before we do next up, what's the prices that matches over in the US? So maybe you're a US viewer. So for the standard in the US, you're going to pay monthly $18.49. So that's the difference from Great British Pounds into US dollars. That's how much you're going to be paying for this similar service, because there might be some differences out there. Now the premium right now for the UK, Great British Pounds over here where I am, you're getting a stream of up to 4 devices at once. So I could have a phone, an iPad, a laptop, streaming at the same time. You can also stream on TV in terms of HBO Max, as long as you're logging into your account. But yeah, 4 devices, that's all right. 4K Ultra HD and Dolby Atmos available with 100 downloads, and limits apply in brackets. So I'm not sure what the limits apply mean. It's kind of vague. So I'm wondering if it is it within a certain period? So let's say you're in a monthly period, is that a limit? So that's not described there, but most likely when you select the plan, I'm not going to select it right now because I know which one I'm going to buy. So we'll be able to see because we've got limits apply on the standard with ads, which is probably the one that I'm going to get right now. The US prices for the premium monthly is $22.99. Then you have another service a little bit further on, TNT Sports. So I'm not going to be looking too deep into that because I want to focus on HBO Max for this one. But TNT Sports is £30.99 per month. Now I'm going to select see more monthly plans. Let's have a look a little bit further into other monthly plans that are available. You can see basic with ads right? So not all movies are included. So for less movies, you can stream on both devices in full HD with ads, £4.99. Then there's a standard and TNT Sports. So TNT Sports is a separate service to HBO Max. You can get both services, which include football, rugby, tennis, 30 downloads with limited supply, and you can stream on 2 devices at once in full HD, and that's going to cost you £40.98 per month with a monthly payment. Then there's the top one, Premium and TNT Sports, which is going to be 4 streams at a time, only 2 for sports. So that's in brackets, only 2 for sports. So let's say you're watching a rugby game or a football game through TNT Sports, maybe a boxing event, then you can only stream that event on 2 devices at a time. But of course, you can have 4 streams at a time, which could be 2 for sports, and then you've got 2 watching a Harry Potter movie on HBO Max, or maybe a Matrix movie on HBO Max. Those 4 at a time. But with sports, only 2 at a time. So it won't limit the amount of devices you can use HBO Max on, but it will limit how many sports events you can stream on through TNT Sport. So it's like 2 services in one, if that makes any sense. You get 4K Ultra HD with Dolby Atmos available, 100 downloads with limited supply, and of course that football, rugby and tennis and more available with your sports. So I won't be going into those plans too further in terms of your US pricing, but it might be something that you want to have a look at. But this is a reaction video, bro. So let's go back to the price points here before we go into other price plans. I want to find other price plans right now, which is looking kind of difficult. I want to see the annual prices. So you got saver plans. What's that? Let's select it. Let's have a look. Saver plans. Right, so this is where you get your annual pricing. Now, it's a little bit complicated to try and work this out. So save £8.99 a month for 1 year. If you select that plan, it's saying £27.99 per month times 12. Let's select it and see what it says in the price point. So it's going to have to give us a price point if we select it. So rather than have to work it out with a calculator, I can just select it and then it can work out the 12 calculate. No, it's not even doing that for us. So we'd have to do it with a calculator, man. So if we go into the price points, let me get my phone out and let me work this out for you, man. So I'm going to work each and every one of these out for you so you get a price point rather than, I mean, you could do the calculations with me. I'm just going to get a calculator, but I ain't going to lie. So first one, TNT Sport. Isn't HBO Max, it's just TNT Sport. Stream on 2 devices at once, full HD, sports only, live and on demand. That's important. On demand is, of course, when you can watch it at your own convenience at a time suitable to you. Live is, of course, a live event. So you might get those live events later on demand, video on demand. It can vary, so do keep that in mind with services, but I'm not going to make you any promises or know-how because I haven't got the service myself or pressed the price plan and gone even further to understand how that works. Now, there is a disclosure at the bottom of the screen in terms of 12-month minimum terms. So do remember to look into the terms and conditions by selecting right here where it says here to learn more. There's also terms of use and there's more. Let's have a look. The help center. So remember, this is a reaction video. This is not a tutorial video. Right, so let's get that price point out of the way. 12 times $25.99. So 25, type it in properly. $25.99 times 12. You're looking at £311.88. So that's how much that first price point is there, but you're going to save £5, I think, compared to the monthly services. But you would have to literally sit there and make your calculations, bro. I have to make my calculations to figure that out. It'd be good if it gave you the price, and that's one thing already that I'm kind of like, come on, man. Show me how much it actually is that I'm paying. Otherwise, I'm going to be less likely to pay. Now, other people, they won't care, and they'll just be like, oh, that's £209. Let's just made a payment. But for me, I like to see the price up front. So for 12 months, $27.99 the next one, right? So I'm going to put the price point in first. I'm not going to give the US prices, but it might be worth having a look into this for yourself as well, just in case the US prices fluctuate. So right here, it's going to cost you £335.88 for the TNT HBO Max annual standard with ads and TNT Sport on top. Now, another differentiation, another thing that isn't clarified to you is if you have ads on the TNT Sport version of the app as well, because it says standard with ads, which is referring to HBO Max, but then TNT Sport, do you have ads with that as well on this one? I'm going to assume potentially yes, but it isn't given to you, so it's kind of hard to figure that out yourself. I like to have the information confirmed rather than making a guess. So that's going to cost you £335.88. But of course, it might actually take off a few little pounds here and there when you're making your purchase later on. So you might have a pleasant surprise, because it does say on the top, save £8.99 a month for a year. So you're going to get technically a month free, I think. So yeah, if you pay monthly, if you pay yearly, you're going to get a month free. So that's kind of cool, isn't it? Then renews at a regular monthly price. So remember that, it's going to renew at a regular price afterwards. Again, it's not clear to me. I don't know if it's clear to you. But yeah, man, that's a thing. Next one is standard and TNT Sports. So you're not going to have any ads with this one. It's going for £30.99 times 12. So £30.99 times 12 is, and I'll get the calculation for you, £371.88. I'm going to double check that just to make sure, because these prices are looking kind of iffy to me right now. So £30.99 times 12. Now, notice how I'm actually having to do the calculations myself, man. It would be good to see the price up front. So that's how much roughly that's going to cost. I'm saying roughly because it does say that you save £9.99 for 1 month for the year, and then it renews at a regular price. This is going to give you 2 streams on each device, full HD, 30 downloads with limit supply. We're not sure what the limits are. Football, rugby, tennis, and more. So that's what that is. So we have the last one, which is premium and TNT Sports. So this is going to give you a stream on 4 devices, so you can open up, and then remember, you only get 2 for your sports. So even though you can use 4 devices using HBO Max or HBO at the same time, you can only use 2 for the TNT Sports. So remember, if one person is streaming your sports using your account, and then another person in your household is using the sports, you can't then get a third device like a phone or an iPad and then stream that same sport event on that device, because 2 people are already using the sports up. It's kind of complicated if you ask me. So let's get the price point out of the way for that one. It's going to be $34.99 times 12, right? So that is going to cost you roughly £419.88. The 88 seems to be a recurring thing. They've really calculated this for you. And remember, it's going to renew at a regular price. With this, the 4 devices that I spoke about, but you also get 4K Ultra HD, Dolby Atmos, which is very immersive. If you know what that sounds like in your ears, it's like a treat. Or if you've got surround sound, beautiful, with 100 downloads with limit supply, football, rugby, tennis, and more also available. So I just wanted to go through the annual prices before we made our purchase right here. So I'm going to make a purchase myself, but I wanted to give my reaction. So let's summarize my reaction to these prices right now and how it's described. Of course, I haven't signed in yet, I haven't signed up, but I will be. And these are some of the things that you have available, confirmed on HBO Max. And of course, that's sports. Yo, it's Champions League, it's FA Cup, it's Premier League and that as well. Okay, for UK sports events, pretty good. TNT Sports, okay, it makes sense now. Makes a lot of sense, because I know you can get this on a like a TV app, like with the smart TVs. You can get TNT Sports as a service that you subscribe to on smart TVs. So that also could sway you to go that way as opposed to going through HBO Max for those things. But getting both together, if you're that way inclined, if it's something that you want anyway, you want both things, then yeah, it kind of makes sense to go to this service and then get TNT Sports along with HBO Max. So yeah, we've gone through the price points. I think it's very competitive. With TNT Sports, it makes it quite unique. The saver plans, I believe, from a face value point of view, you need more information on it. If you're going to make a big payment like that in terms of your subscriptions, and you kind of probably want more information in your face so you can understand. If you're making calculations on your calculator on your phone, it just makes things more complicated, man. It's like, yo, make it easier for the customer. That's probably one thing that I would definitely be like, yo, make it easier, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's very competitive prices here. I'm going to be diving into the standard with ads to begin with. I like to begin with what's more affordable to begin with. So I'm going to be starting with the standard with ads, and I'll be having a look into the HBO service a little bit more with that. So if you've been, like, with this, what do you think? I want to know what you think of these price points. Like, the way it's described, I believe there should be more on screen. There should be more explaining what we're paying for here. It says stream must-see series, iconic movies, and unmissable live sports with select plans. Now, cool. There's a lot of advertisements about some of the things that are available on HBO Max right now. For example, Lanterns, you can find that online, but there are a lot of people that might not have seen those online videos. So having some more in, the advertisements on this page, it looks clean, by the way, it looks super clean, but like the price points, they're competitive, but it's like, what are you getting, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Because then you scroll down and you can kind of miss some of this stuff, you know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure House of Dragon should be on here. Obviously, Warner Bros. Is Friends as well. Euphoria, okay. House of Dragon, there it is. Band of Brothers, Boardwalk Empire. And then, of course, you have a few of the sports. Now, this is going to be slightly different for those of you that are in the US. So let me know what you can see on your side of things if you're watching from the US, man. This could be very competitive in the streaming space. So it's really cool to see those prices up front. But as I said, not all the prices are up front. But you can... you can look into it. Let's have a look. So let's select plan. Let's have a look here. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts on this stuff as well, man. I like to see your thoughts and stuff. So I'm going to have to sign up with an email first. So I'm going to have to do that first. And then I'm going to be having a look into the service. So already I'm like, there should be more up front. I would like to see more up front. Like the prices are competitive with the monthly payments. With the premium yearly annual payments, I don't usually look at those. So it's like, it's very interesting to see how it's being presented. But I'm already like, yeah, come on, man. Yeah, a bit more on that front in terms of HBO. I know you can do like more in terms of the information there. It would be kind of cool to see a bit more. But yeah, that's my reaction to the price points. I think it's competitive at the moment for the monthly. With the annual, there could be more information. But let me know what you think about this. And are you subscribing to HBO Max? With that, there's a short video of me just reacting to the price points and the costs of HBO Max right now as it currently stands. All right. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next one, man.